put your cursor down to the bottom of the screen and a toolbar will come up, and then you could just click record.
I did.
Okay.
So we should be all set.
It says it's recording.
Great.
Hi, Ruby.
Hey, this is fun.
It was fun the first time, but it's becoming.
This is my
You don't miss social connection, Jean? I mean, we're all so isolated.
Getting stuff done. Hey, Lee. I could tell Lee's on his tablet.
Hi, Jean.
We see Lee stealing. You all right there, Lee? You look like you're.
I just got off the treadmill.
Oh my God. Well, I have to tell you guys, I'm going to be eating during this, so I hope you don't mind.
Okay.
I haven't eaten my dinner yet.
I'm trying to make you the co-host, Lee, but your picture keeps disappearing from my screen.
Okay.
Hang on.
Is Grace coming?
She's here. She just chose not to put herself on video.
Okay. So she can hear us?
I think she can.
She decided not to do audio either.
Maybe she has to press the speaker to allow herself to have audio.
Okay, if she doesn't do audio.
She just can't get on audio.
Yeah, you just want to be flowers?
Oh, I'll come back. Just looking at the agenda.
Oh, so
The flowers probably look nicer than my face at this point.
So can I call the meeting to order? Grace, you taking minutes?
Grace did not press the OK to put on
Somebody
the
could send her a
microphone.
message.
No, she's texting.
Somebody could send her a message.
she's
or chat.
chatting.
I already answered her.
Okay.
So we're all ready to go. So I'll call the meeting to order.
Lee, you're the co-host now.
Okay.
That means you have functionality to mute and unmute people.
I'm not going to unmute anyone.
You have power.
I might mute myself while I'm eating.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, alternates, I guess. Do we need an alternate today?
Is Ruby an alternate?
No, Beth's an alternate.
Or Beth an alternate? Well, yeah, we could assign alternates.
Okay, so Beth, you're good today. Can I have approval of minutes?
I read them.
I read them.
Anyone want to make motion to approve them?
Wait, did we have two sets of minutes we're supposed to approve, or is that a different meeting I was at this week?
Getting any.
No, just one. Grace sent them online, but it's just one set of minutes.
Oh, they weren't emailed out. Okay.
So
I did not see them.
I didn't see
Oh,
it.
hey guys, we need to clearly state our name before speaking on each occasion that we speak. This is, Lee, remember last Monday or on the 23rd, I sent you the email about Executive Order 7.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's one of the requirements.
okay.
So
This is Jordan. I've got slideshow presentations for everybody that I forgot to send you from the meeting that I went to, online meeting about that.
oh, great. Thank you, Jordan. This is Crystal speaking.
So the recording doesn't get video then, just
No,
audio?
The recording should be video and audio, but it has to be posted on the website within 7 days.
Right, but why would we need our name if they have the video
Well,
of
this
who's
is
talking?
I'm just going by the executive order,
All
and
right.
there's 5 requirements to hold to hold virtual meetings, and that's the 5th requirement.
Okay, this is Lee Wessler, and that was Mara Robbie disagreeing.
Roby, Roby.
Roby. Okay, do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
I don't-
Are they're on the town?
I apologize, but I don't remember reading. I know I read them, but I don't recall details.
I
I'm not
I
really
don't know where
positioned.
mine are.
This is Ruby. I never received any minutes.
I don't think I did either. This is Beth. But if they're on the town website, you're saying
Well,
I don't-
Grace sent them to us.
okay. Let me look.
I'll look too.
Found them. Ruby, do you want me to forward to you them to you? This is Beth.
Sure, that'd be fast.
Okay. Does anyone else need the minutes?
I just
I
downloaded.
do.
Who are you?
Mara. Mara does.
Anybody else? Maura and Ruby? Okay.
This is Jean. I found them.
This is Crystal Adams. I make a motion to approve the minutes.
How were the minutes sent?
Yeah, I sent them.
By email?
Yep.
Okay, I will second the motion. This is Jean Pillow.
Okay, it's Lee Wessler. Do we have any discussion?
Somebody, my email address must be wrong because I've not.
Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the minutes, say aye.
I,
Hi.
All opposed? All abstain?
I'll abstain.
Okay, we have one abstention. Okay, Lee Wessler, Chairman's report. Thank you to Jordan and Sue for making this possible. This is great. Communications, Grace, do you want to text us any communications?
Lee, this is Sue Stern, visitor. Do you want me to stay in this meeting or just leave my computer set up and go away?
Well, if you're really interested, you certainly could stay, but if this is boring to you, feel free to leave.
Bye.
Bye.
It's boring and it's lovely to see you, but I have
So
other
Grace
stuff.
just texted, there's no, okay, thanks, Sue. Grace just texted that she didn't receive any communications. Grace, treasurer's report. Grace,
Sorry,
what the heck just happened?
me, sorry.
I'm being recorded. That was Jean.
Grace, can you text any treasurer's report?
Actually, this is Jean. She can share the document online if she has it digitally.
Oh, Grace just said it's the same as last month. Look at the minutes. Anyone have any questions for Grace?
I think Grace doesn't have her microphone
I don't have
enabled.
the minutes.
No, she's just texting.
Hey, I did.
Oh, she's just texting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm reading her texts.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Jordan.
Well, why doesn't she just enable her microphone? We don't have to see her, but you could hear her.
Hey, Grace, you can enable your microphone so we can hear you if you want.
Seems a little easier than
Because I don't
texting.
know where it is.
The bottom.
There's the answer.
Yeah, but I think she
On
might,
the
Well,
bottom,
I don't know if she has an iPad.
I don't,
She
if
may be
she's
on her
going to-
PC.
no, she's on her computer, she said. I think
Yeah.
she has to push one of the keys at the top of the computer, the microphone one,
I think she needs a plug-in microphone.
so it turns on. Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
she doesn't have a microphone built in. Is that what you're saying?
correct.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to old business. This is why we're doing this, the DRC report. Gene, take it away.
Okay, Lee and I had a meeting last, well, it's still this month, huh? We had a meeting and we reviewed the property proposal for the property near Crystal Pond, and we put together an extensive 4 or 5 page report to send to planning and zoning. I did copy Lee, I believe, Grace, you can chat. Did you get a copy of that report as well? Anyway, the Jeff Gordon had emailed Lee asking him what our practices were in terms of DRC reports, and how are they reviewed and voted on at the meeting, because it was just me and Lee, and Lee looked at it and said, yeah, that looks good. So we both agreed, but we don't have an official policy on how to have the whole commission vote to accept the DRC report, because we're always in such a rush to get the DRC report done prior to a planning and zoning meeting. So we're trying to get it done before they meet, and it's before we meet again. So I don't know what the procedure needs to be, if we need to amend our bylaws to say the committee can submit a report and then we'll look at it the next meeting, or what is the policy we need to set up?
I think we just need to present it as old business. This is Lee Wessler. We just need to present it as old business and, pass it.
Okay, well, nobody has seen it. To you, and I sent it to Grace. I did not forward it to everybody. I'm working between 3 different computers right now. So,
Well, can you give us a thumbnail of it and see if anyone disagrees or has any problems with it?
it is not on this computer. I'm sorry. I can't share it from this computer. It's on a different computer.
Grace,
Do you
Gene,
have
can
a
you?
copy of it, Lee?
Yeah, I do. Do you want me to? I'll send it to
So
everybody.
what you do,
Yeah.
Lee, this is Jean. If you put your cursor or your finger, you're using your iPad, over the screen, you should get a toolbar at the bottom. At least I do on my computer.
No, I don't get a toolbar on this.
Nothing?
Nah, I tried that. I've been in several other meetings. I tried.
No.
Top bar, then Lee, you get toolbar at the top. Way at the top.
Just it says mute, stop video, share content,
Share
participants,
screen.
Yeah.
Share
and
screen.
more.
Share
If you-
screen.
If you,
What do you need me to do?
Share content.
Share content, that's the
Okay.
same
okay,
thing.
so if you go on your iPad, you should have the report, and you can share that with everybody. Unless you deleted it.
No, how do you get it?
Just
So get the document on your iPad.
So I have to,
And
okay,
then-
so I have to copy it onto, okay, I'll copy it to photos. So I'll be back.
I didn't make it a photo. It should be a Word document. You can share it as a Word document.
Yeah, but it's in my email.
So,
Like your email, double click on it, open it up.
I'll just email it to everybody.
All right.
Okay, I'll be back.
Or you could put it on the share screen.
I can't get it on the share screen.
You
New
can
technology,
open
this is
Word
genius.
at the bottom of your screen, then click on it, then click on share screen, then click on the Word document at the bottom of your screen and it should show up.
I don't have document on the bottom of the screen. It says screen, photos, iCloud Drive, Box, Dropbox, Google Drive, Microsoft
It's
OneDrive,
top there.
website.
Yeah, that's in the chat though. You want to use the share screen, I think.
What's at the top?
Yeah, it says share content.
You want that green share screen thing.
I don't have share screen.
Share
I don't have
content.
anything at the bottom. So I'm emailing it
Okay,
to
Let me
everybody.
go into my settings and see if I can enable the share screen for you.
If I got it, I think I could do it. This is Beth.
Yeah,
But,
I'll send it out right now.
Yeah, just
Okay.
email it.
Okay, I just sent it to everybody. Just, be an attachment.
Where's Beth?
I'm here. I'm just looking at my email. I haven't
Okay.
gotten it yet.
I have not received it. This is Jean.
This is
This
Jordan.
is
I haven't received
Ruby, I
yours
got
either.
it.
I'm going back to flowers. Hold on.
How you disappear from me when you go into flower mode, I guess.
Yeah, it goes to my Google picture for
Ruby,
some
you said
reason.
you got it?
I did.
Yeah.
I haven't
Jean,
gotten it yet.
which email address did you send it to? For me, this is Jean.
Whatever's on the group, whatever Grace had in the group.
Should be coming to my work, and that's the computer I'm on right now.
Mara.
This is Jordan. I've got mine either.
Let's try it again. I sent it again. Any luck?
Nope.
Someone got an email.
This is Mara. I got it, Lee. I'm reading it now.
All right, so who's your internet service provider? Because we should all switch to them.
It's a hotspot. What is it? AT&T?
I got mine right away and I'm on Spectrum.
Your what?
Spectrum internet.
And Ruby, you said you got it already?
I got it right away. I got it really fast. It took a long time for the
I
minute
got
to
it
come
now.
in, but
This is where I got mine.
This is Beth. Ruby, are you able to, do you know how to put it on the screen? Or anybody who has it, can you put it on the screen, the Zoom
Can I
screen?
do that, Sue?
no, I'm not.
Can I put this on the screen?
Let me see.
I can do it. Hang on, Sue's helping me.
Thank you.
Is it saved in your Word document?
Oh, not yet.
Well, you've got to save it. And it'll appear down there.
I just got it from Jordan.
No, that was something different.
Oh,
I just keep sending stuff.
Here's the save.
Oh, this was a slide. Gordon.
Okay, now don't click on that yet. Get back to the meeting.
Meetings in this- there.
I love how Sue is going in and out of
Yeah.
you on the.
Yes, sorry.
So this is it. This is a meeting behind there. So how do you,
I
Is
got,
it here?
I got
Here.
Jordan's zip
I need
file.
what do you need?
your ribbon at the bottom of your meeting page. Where is it?
Cool.
You might have to move your cursor, Jordan,
Yeah.
and then the ribbon shows up, and then you can share the screen.
Share screen.
Yeah, I know.
It's right there. Screen 2.
Yay!
All right. Okay, so this is Jean. We reviewed the subdivision proposal for the Crystal Pond Road project, and it goes through the site conditions. This is our standard practice. We look at the current land use and list any particular resources on the property that are of concern or whatever. Look at the surrounding land use. We looked at agricultural soils, which is a typical thing for us to look at. And this particular site is mostly prime agricultural soil. I can't scroll the thing down. I have to open it, huh? Okay. I looked at the potential for wastewater systems on site, and there's a particular layer on the GIS for that, and it has a very high potential. I don't know if it's because the soils are particularly sandy, which means they could be very well drained, and of course they perk, but you know where they perk to is a matter of question. Looked at the bioscience on the property. In this case, there is a natural diversity database blob indicating there's a species that's endangered, threatened, or of special concern in Connecticut that may be impacted by a land use change. And from there, we looked at the priorities for this property, which of course it's a drinking water watershed. It is, you want to scroll down some more, Jordan?
How far?
That's good enough. We looked at, let's see. Well, like one of the things I said is I don't know if this is really a subdivision or just a special permit, because it's not really clear. It says subdivision, but it doesn't have any lot lines being drawn, so it doesn't look like it's being subdivided, so that's confusing. We looked at other things that were submitted in the packet, including materials that were provided by the applicant and or their representative. And there was a PowerPoint presentation on there that talked about the density of the proposal, because it's going to have a duplex. So the main house is going to be a duplex, and then it's going to have a garage with a accessory apartment over the top, a second garage, and there were 5 summer cottages that were going to be put on 13 acres of land. I believe that was the total. And so they were saying, well, the density is better for this than it would have been if you did the other way. And well, it was not really. It's lower, it's higher density than we would prefer in a drinking water watershed according to our plan. I'm always concerned about proper ENS controls, erosion and sediment controls, especially if having any thing washing into, boy, this is hard to read when you move it, Jordan. Let's see, we don't want anything washing into Crystal Pond. We want to make sure that there is no increase in runoff from the property, so we recommend that they put in measures to soak up any additional runoff, either through rain gardens or vegetated swales.
I'm sorry, Jean, can I just interrupt? Jordan, can you make that any bigger? I'm having trouble even
Yes,
seeing.
I'm old.
Thank you.
Oh, much better.
Awesome.
You know, I could do that. So what number do you want me to be on now?
I can't tell, it's moving. Okay, number 7, the leach systems, they were kind of overlapping, and in between each leach field was a reserve area in case a leach field failed. And I don't know if that's an appropriate thing. I do not claim to be an expert on leach fields, but I know with a rain garden within 50 feet downstream of a leach field, and to have these leach fields on top of each other is something that I think we need a more expert opinion on. And I had recommended they send it to the Department of Public Health. They have special people in their drinking water division that can review these, development proposals to see if it's appropriate for a drinking water watershed. The department had preliminarily approved the septic system, but not 100% approved them. So there's some wiggle room there for them to really take a look at that. Looking at the vegetation along the shoreline for Crystal Pond in number 8, there's very limited vegetation existing there now. There's some mature trees, and then it was a hayfield prior to what they're changing it into. So we made some recommendations about repairing an area along the lake, and they can still have their lake view, but they can do it by planting low growing native trees and shrubs and increasing herbaceous plants with deep roots that will help slow down stormwater and reduce runoff into the lake. We also request they think about having less lawn area because it's better for water quality. And I don't know what the species is. Number 10 that was as being protected under the Natural Diversity Database. But the way the blob is written on the map, it overlaps the pond and the shoreline. So a concern I had was for whether or not they might put in retaining walls along the shoreline to put in docks or anything. And I recommended that not be allowed because—
Jean,
Yeah.
Jean, this is Lee.
Yeah.
It says the Conservation Commission does have knowledge. Is that supposed to be does not have knowledge?
Right.
No,
Yeah,
well, I
catch-
figured you had knowledge.
No, I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's a turtle, but I don't
So it
know.
should be does not have knowledge.
That's correct.
Okay.
And now there was, this one confused me too, because if it's not a subdivision, they were arguing against having any requirements for an open space set aside under this proposal. And they didn't put in any proposal for an open space set aside. But their argument was that the New Roxbury Land Trust acquired 20 acres of land from the same property owner in 2009. So therefore, they said that the regulations that were enacted in 2012 was covered for the open space set aside, which is, no, is not
No.
true. So we called that out. Go down to page 4. And then the final question we have is, what happens when this property is no longer owned by the applicants? Right now it's being set up with a duplex, an accessory apartment, and 5 summer cottages, which they claim is only going to be used for families and friends. It's not going to be for commercial rental property. And I can see in the future the next landowner saying, well, I can't bother with that, so I'm going to claim a hardship. Can I, get away with this and go before a zoning board of appeals? And I don't know what the outcome would be. So I asked her. Anyway, that was a review of the property. Took about half hour for Lee and I to actually go over all the things, about 4 hours for me to type up the report. And except for that one mistake where I don't know what the species is, that's the report we came up with.
Okay, does anyone have any questions for Jean or myself?
Well, yes, this is Ruby. When you say that they say it's for family and friends, these cottages, is this written anywhere that they're only to use for family and
That
friends?
was what they proposed in their application.
Yeah, in the P and Z application, that's what they proposed.
Jordan, can you move that up so we can see, like, I know she started on number 7 when I could actually read it. I just want to see those beginning,
This is the top.
starting at 1
So that
for the
one.
recommendations or whatever they were called. Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. So this guy's trying to build it for himself, you're saying, Gene? This is Jordan.
Jordan, please repeat your question.
This is Jordan. Is this guy's doing it for himself and his family? Is that what this is all about?
That is the application as it was presented, yes.
And is everything going to be subdivided that could sell off separately?
No,
Don't believe so.
no,
13
it's one,
acres
it's
with
one
7
lot.
structures. So
So it's unlikely then, I would think, that I didn't do this or something like that, don't you think?
I wasn't there for the discussion. I wasn't there for the presentation given by the landowner planning and zoning. I just had copies of the PowerPoint and the materials they presented, and it didn't come off as clear, so I'm presenting as a question.
This is Ruby, and I think it's a very good question, because I think it's highly likely that someone could come behind them and want to live in the house and rent out those cottages. Done in Iceland, people make their whole livelihood by.
Yeah, but remember that the cottages don't have kitchens in them.
Oh, I forgot, there's a shared kitchen.
Kitchens in them in Iceland. They cooked. You came into their house and they cooked for you as a big communal meal.
Yeah,
You stayed out in a cottage with hot tubs and everything.
but that's for P and Z to decide.
Yeah, I think
We're just pointing it out to them.
But the idea of that someone coming, the question.
Yeah, and P and Z is going to have to wrestle with that.
Jordan, this is Mara. Can you move the recommendations up again so I can see the other 5, 6? Thanks. Good.
Keep going.
No, it's good. I just wanted to see the ones before she started at 7 where I could really see them.
No, you could have come to the meeting, Maura.
When was it?
When was it is right.
When was it?
I
When was the
now
meet-
I promoted it. When was it, Lee?
Two Wednesdays ago?
Before everything was put on hold.
Yeah,
Right.
this is
you
Mara.
could
Schedule. I remember that.
Yeah, she's joking.
I know,
So-
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Well, I'm just responding why I wasn't there.
So any more discussion on this? Does anyone want to make a proposal that we approve it?
Prove it. I'll let you guys discuss that.
I'll make a motion to approve it as written or with the correction.
Motion, is there a second?
I second.
Beth seconds.
Beth.
Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, so that passes, good. So, Gene, should I just email Jeff that we accepted it and tell him what the error is? Or do
Yeah.
you want to send a new copy?
Why don't you send him and just notify him that, because he already has it, just say
Yeah.
we looked it over, we found one slight error.
Okay.
And
Okay. Okay, Crystal, anything with open OSLAP?
Not at this time. We did discuss some upcoming, some ongoing projects. So they're still, in the pipeline.
Okay. Grace, you want to text in any Ag Commission report?
what about Jordan's P&Z report?
Oh, I missed that. Hey, Grace, anything to text in? Grace has nothing to report. Jordan, you have anything from P&Z?
So I just sent everybody the list of the highlights of the meeting.
Yeah, I got it. That's Ruby.
It's like 12 different slides of.
Okay, any questions for Jordan? No.
Anyone there? Ruby, were you there too? Jordan speaking. Was I the only one that went to the meeting?
I did not attend. This
No.
is Jean. Out of conflict.
No.
Okay, anything on stewardship?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Beth.
Okay. This is Beth. Maura and I had set a date of April 18th to get out to our first property. So I guess we'll see what's going on with the world.
Okay, great.
Ruby will check in with you so you can let the landowners know that we're heading there if
The only person that you need, this is Ruby, that you need to know is the one I gave you, her telephone number, and you just call her whenever you guys are going. No
oh,
one
so we'll just call her.
else responded, so that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we don't have to let you know.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to shoot me a line in case she calls me, because I'm the number she has, but.
Okay.
And this is Mara Roby. So I actually was able to get a couple of apps here that I worked with last year. She is on a conservation commission and they use like a surveyor type app called Ox Hunt. And So I'm gonna look into that, and another one called Land Glide I found, and I think it looked like it was cheaper, but it's still I think I have to pay like $10 or $20 a year or something. I wonder, would the Conservation Commission pay for that? Like, if I can figure out the cost, because this is download the boundaries onto your app so that when you're walking in the field, you have the boundary lines, which
That's
is like
awesome.
amazing, right?
Where
we just have to
where does
wait.
the app get the info? This is Beth.
I'm not sure. I'd have to like look at, like which ones seem to get the best. But I know that foresters use them, and this woman used to be a surveyor and good apps to use, and so I figured they probably have up to date. But we'd have to double check and make sure, I guess.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is Lee Moore. We just have to wait till the next fiscal year because right now we're broke.
What was apps?
I haven't, this is Maura Roby. I haven't priced them out. I just took a quick look at Land Glide, and I actually installed it on my phone. I was going to try it because it was free for 30 days, but I need to look at that more. I can't imagine they'd be more than like $50 a year or something like that. They're reasonable.
Okay.
Lee, this is Jean. Are we totally out of money?
Grace, are we totally out of money?
Where all the money go?
Beth, you might ask your forester. He has that.
I see the message. I'll read it.
Okay.
I didn't get the whole.
It goes Forrester ... Did anybody get the after that?
Yeah, but usually an app, you can't like, I don't know if you can like, it's just you download it yourself. You pay, I don't know. I don't really know how that works.
$92.
Oh, we have $92. Oh, yeah, because we got money back because we didn't attend the Connecticut land thing. So do you want to make a proposal that, you don't know how much it costs yet, right?
No, I'll have to research it.
Okay, so just let us know. So we
All
have
right,
$92 to spend.
This is including the $30 for the honorarium for the person who's no longer driving to Woodstock for the pollinator pathway meeting. Okay, she said yes, the $92 does include that $30.
Okay, so now to $62.
Okay,
That might
onto
be
the
enough.
dogwood tree planting, and the town put the kibosh on it. So that's not something we're involved with anymore.
Did they say why or?
Yeah, they didn't want the town crew dealing with it. They didn't want the town crew doing the planning.
It was a nightmare waiting to happen.
It was.
This is Jean. Unfortunately, the
Jay will call
DOT.
him. This is Crystal Adams. Jay will call him. There was some other, issues, but yeah, we couldn't agree on the wording for the ad, and it was just going to be too much, I think.
Okay.
We should thank him and we're sorry that it didn't work out.
Yeah, nice car.
Was it definitely not a done deal? This Jordan, it's definitely a done deal. Couldn't people plant it themselves?
Well, he'll have to get back to us with a proposal, but I mean, we did this on the behest of the town, and the town decided they didn't want to do it. So
I think it was the differences with the wording in the ad that we were going back and forth with.
that's not what Jay told me.
Okay, I wasn't privy to that conversation, but I think it was a lot of.
Jay didn't want the John Navarro
Well, it was turning into like, if we got the matching funds, it would have been like 26 trees. That's a lot of trees to plant.
Well, he was worried that if people saw the town crew doing planning, they would go, well, why aren't they taking care of the road? Why aren't they doing other work that's important?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But it was originally the Board of Selectmen who
But that was
decided to do it.
that was a previous selectman.
Yeah, but
There was a lot of strings attached with the trees. There was going to be a lot to do.
yeah, I know. I agree.
And
I was never fully invested.
This is Jean. I think the DOT's making it confusing as to where the trees could even be planted based on right-of-ways and such just made this project impossible to implement.
Right. It was difficult. This is Crystal Adams. It was difficult because, if the trees were to be planted on town road, that they were only to be on state roads, and then you had to work with the DOT, and there's different setbacks on different parts of the roads. That was difficult to work with.
Right. And Larry would have had to have gone out with John and the guy from Sprucedale and actually decide the spot. And it was a lot of work.
And Lee raised some very good questions in one of his emails. What if the owner does something to obscure the view? What if the owner changes his mind and cuts down the tree? There was a lot of uncertainties moving forward.
This is Jordan, so who's going to talk to Larry and let him know this?
Jay said he was going to invite Larry. I thought he would have done it by now. I mean, this was like 2-3 weeks ago. Jay said he was going to have Larry in his office and thank him.
Jay's going to call him, but for the last 2 weeks, no one has been in the town hall, so he will call him. But we've been pretty busy for the last 2.5 weeks with this COVID thing. That's.
Okay, pollinator pathway, Jean.
Okay, this is Jean, and the pollinator pathway workshop that was originally scheduled for tomorrow evening, of course, has been canceled. I have been in touch with the presenter, and she is very willing to do it as a remote workshop. The one thing that I need is a sponsor on a Zoom account. So Jordan, I don't know if you and Sue would be willing to sponsor it, another Zoom meeting like this.
Sure.
It's not that difficult. We at the district have is your account just for meetings, or does it also have webinars, the webinar extension?
What plan you want.
What do we do? The webinar? Does that have webinar or just meetings?
I don't think mine has webinar.
We don't think hers has webinar.
Okay.
It has, well, the next level up.
The way that you shared the document, Jordan,
Yeah.
see how we can share a PowerPoint.
Right.
And if she's set up correctly with her computer, and I would practice it before we would execute the meeting, she'd be advancing the laptops. And we turn off all the videos and we turn off everybody's microphones so that only she's talking. And then at the end, if people have questions, they can do it in the chat section.
Raise
And
hand.
then I'll read the questions and she can answer them. So we can still do this remotely. Is your Zoom account limited to 100 participants?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we'd be limited to 100 participants. So with us there, we'd have less opportunity to promote this and still have it started. And I think it is, for this particular year, I think it's even more important to have something that is planning for the future, because the present right now is so uncertain. We need something. And I think having her do this PowerPoint and us providing information by updating the website, Ruby, I have to work with you on that, and letting people know what a pollinator involved. And we'll record the meeting, and then we can post that on our website so more people have an opportunity to see it after the original meeting is given. I also recommend we talk to our local nursery providers. Sorry about that. We talk to our local nursery providers to let them know we're doing this, and so that they can perhaps stock up on native plants. So that would be, Spruce Hill Gardens and Woodstock Farm and Mackey's and stuff. Just let them know we're doing this in case people were interested in buying plants locally. We could tell them where they can get them. So it's an opportunity for us to still have the project within the parameters of what our current situation is.
Okay, any questions for Jean?
Sue's making a note to me here. Pollinators planting for the park.
At a local park.
Sorry?
Maybe Larry wants to donate money to local park for planting in a local park.
Well, I don't think Larry's intention was donating money for just for the heck of it. He wanted
Dogwoods.
dogwoods
Yeah.
that looked like when he grew up.
He was very
By that
specific.
road too. He had a specific place.
Yeah.
So I had planned to attend a Sustainable Connecticut workshop April 1st, I believe, or April 2nd, but it has been canceled because of the COVID-19. So we're just in a holding pattern there. She had offered, Jessica, I believe, had offered to do a virtual training to come out and explain about Sustainable Connecticut. I think I'd rather wait and have them.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
Any questions for Crystal?
Could we go
Okay,
back
on-
to the pollinator pathway?
Okay.
What night do you want to have it?
Oh, just pick a night. Everybody's stuck in their house. I don't think
Wednesday or Thursday?
It's
No,
not
Wednesday or
on,
Friday night.
not on a Concom night. I assume we may have to do this again.
Let's see.
And Jimmy can just make her the host and she can, the co-host, and she can control everything, right?
Yeah. Okay, so we have Passover starts on the 8th. We have Good Friday on the 10th. So those 2 nights are out. I have a workshop I'm going to talk about on the 6th that you're all invited to. So that's out. Do we want to go to the following week?
13th, 14th, 15th.
Not the 13th. 14, 15, 16. Anybody have a preference?
So 14th is.
15.
No, Wednesday,
look at my
Wednesday.
I gotta-
no, Wednesday.
Hold on.
She's checking her calendar.
Talking about April?
April, yes.
That's tax day. Well,
No,
it used to
it's
be tax
not.
day. Right, it used to be
Right.
tax day.
I got that on my calendar too, tax. I guess I could change that, huh?
Any of those are fine with me. This is Beth.
Yeah, I have I don't care either.
How about the 14th then?
Well, I need to first check with the presenter to see if she's available, but I will shoot for the 14th.
Can we do a second day, the 16th then?
Okay.
14th or 16th, that work for you, Sue?
It's the last day of Passover. I don't normally schedule something on the last day.
Which is the last day, the 16th?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we won't do 16th. I'll try for the 14th. If the 14th doesn't work, we can go.
15?
People have a conflict with the 15th. Jordan seemed to want to avoid the 15th.
I'm
Do we know what time?
fine with it.
What would you guys prefer? I had set it for 6:30 originally because the presenter was driving up from Norwalk, but she's not going to be driving, so we can have it a little bit later. We could do it for 7 o'clock if that's a friendly time for people.
Yep.
How long is it?
How long would you like it to be more?
Well, starts at 7. Don't want it to be too long if it started
I don't think
earlier.
it'd be
Yeah,
more
I'm just
than
like-
an hour. It would be an hour. She shows a lot of pretty pictures. We talk about what we're trying to do. It would be an
Did I
hour.
see this Jordan, did I see this presentation at the Roseland Park?
You broke up.
This is Jordan, did I see the presentation at Roseland Park?
No, you did not. This is new.
Wake up, Beth.
All
We
right,
can
so
see
hard.
everything.
I'll put the
It's so hard doing
14th
this in my
for
living
one
room.
night. Jordan doesn't want the 15th or the 16th. Alternate night could be the 20th.
20th,
Even
21st. or-
that, I don't know anything about religion, but if the Passover is the 16th, is there other stuff going on through the week that's religious? I mean, I just
Well,
assume.
there's 8 days of Passover, but the last day is.
So you don't usually schedule on the first 2 days and the last 2 days?
Well,
Okay.
skip
So
that religious week.
we won't do that. So I'll put the 20th as an alternate meeting date.
Looks good.
Monday, Tuesday.
Okay. I will get in touch with the presenter and see which of those dates works in her schedule.
Okay. The Crystal Pond project, I guess we don't even know if we're going to be able to have it. So, but I'll,
The Crystal Pond.
Grace just said the 20th is it will be our meeting for next month.
Oh,
I have that as Patriots Day. Is that just in Massachusetts?
That's just Mass.
That's when they would run the marathon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and play the
that's
1
good.
o'clock baseball game.
they're
They're
not
probably
running the
gonna have to
marathon this year.
cancel the marathon.
Yeah.
They already.
I think they have. So not the 20th. 21st.
Well, 20th is fine. Nothing's going on the 20th anymore. Except the-
What?
And we
I
just
thought-
said it's the meeting. It's gonna be our meeting.
Yeah,
You
well,
know what? The 16th would be okay. I just counted the 8 days of Passover.
Oh,
I had the,
In the evening, it's all over, so the 16th would
does
work.
the meeting in April? This is Beth.
I mean,
You're
for
right, it
your,
is the
for your
27th.
presenter.
This is Beth. I have the 27th as our meeting in
so
April.
do I,
You're
yeah.
right.
You're right, Grace, you're wrong. It's not the 20th.
So second day could be the 20th.
Yeah.
21st,
Okay.
16th, whatever, 14th, 16th, whatever you want.
let me clarify this again then. If you don't do anything for the first 2 days
She
of
tried.
Passover and you would like to do things for the last 2 nights of Passover, then the 14th would not be a good day. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'll take the 14th off.
Yeah, let's just skip that week altogether and move on to the.
So
next-
the 16th would be okay then.
The
that point.
16th would be okay.
Okay, so we got the 16th and the 20th, and if I have to come up with a new date, I'll let you know. But I do want to block off and be respectful of traditions, and that, we need to be respectful of.
Thank you very much. It's nice that somebody in town does that for us.
Okay, so we're all set with that, and I will try to reach out to all and let them know what we're planning. I know Joyce Larson is aware of it, because she's part of the garden club and I've been talking about it there for a while. So we should be good.
Gene, that's where I saw, this is Jordan, that's where I saw at the garden club. I was there with you at the garden club meeting.
I only did a very short presentation. The woman who's actually doing the whole program for the state of Connecticut has a different presentation.
Okay.
So it'll be different.
Okay.
Exciting, new, and something I've never seen before.
Okay, so the Crystal Pond project, we'll have to wait till like May to see whether there's, we can have meetings. So I'll be in touch with the Eastford people.
Yes, with the, this is Jean, with the new, prolonging the Stay Home, Stay Safe campaign through the end of April. We obviously can't have that
Right.
program. We
Yeah.
have to reschedule.
Did Connecticut do the April 20th as well?
Excuse me?
Did Connecticut do April 20th as well?
For the stay home, stay safe.
Yeah.
I think we're following CDC guidelines or federal recommendations.
Oh, okay.
Okay, new business. So I doubt there's any workshops coming up. Grace, any
Ron,
virtual shops? Oh, we got Jean's.
yes, I have rescheduled the meeting that I was supposed to have tonight. It's going to be next Monday night. It's going to be 2 separate workshops. It's from faucet to flush. So the workshop is focusing on your home water systems, and you have to sign up for one or both parts, whatever interests you. The first one will start at 6 o'clock, and it's going to feature someone from the Department of Public Health who will talk about home water testing, what you should test for, how frequently you should test for it, what the results mean, and what our concerns should be. And obviously in the town of Woodstock, that's a big issue because of road salt runoff and how it's impacted some of our private wells, especially along state highways. And then there'll be a break in between, and then at 7:30 there'll be a second workshop, and you have to sign up for each one independently. And that one's going to be on septic system management. And it's a gentleman, Andy Coleman from Skips Wastewater Service. I've had him do this program before. He is excellent. He uses a camera to go into your system. He shows you when it's not gross, it's pretty cool, what it looks like inside your septic system and what could possibly go wrong. And I think that'll be a great program. And I chose Monday the 6th because that would have been the final game of the NCAA basketball tournament. And I figured people are going to be dying for something to do because they can't watch a basketball game. So I will send out an email with the information. I'm working on that tomorrow. I finally got Andy to commit today. And like, again, if you want to sign up for it, you have to send me an email, and then I'll send you a link to the meeting. But I'll set it up so that people can't have their cameras on. It'll just be the presenters that'll be able to show their faces if they choose to, or we'll just be doing screen sharing. So it'll be good. The good programs. Everybody should be interested in how to take care of their septic system and how to test their water and what they should test for.
And it's on Zoom also?
Sorry.
It's on
Excuse
Zoom?
me?
It's on
It'll
Zoom?
it'll be a Zoom meeting.
Okay.
And the 6th of April,
Okay.
right? Excuse me. And the 6th of April, Jean?
April 6th.
I got
6
it.
o'clock for the first one,
Yep.
7:30 for the second one. So there'll be a halftime show. You can put it on yourself.
Got it. Thank you.
I think you should put it on. You could like show people how to flush the toilet or something.
Toilet plunger ring toss
There you go.
competitions.
Grace, do you have anything? Text us.
So what about your riparian buffer workshop meeting that was, workshop that was supposed to be at the Woodstock Academy on the 28th?
Okay, the riparian buffer workshop is scheduled for April 28th, Tuesday night. And I'm turning that one also into a virtual meeting. So it's going to feature Juliana Barrett from Sea Grant, who's going to talk about all the sciencey stuff about riparian buffers and how they help protect water quality. But it's also going to feature Patrick Smith and Bette Zimmerman Smith talking about the Fen and some of their wildlife videos and the wildlife functions of riparian areas.
What time is that?
I haven't set it up yet. Seeing that we were starting things at 6:30 because of travel time, that's all gone. So I could start it at 7 again. I haven't gotten that far. I just told everybody we're still doing it, but we're going to do it as a virtual meeting.
Okay, so
Yes.
expect an email?
But we'll be meeting before that. We meet the night before.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
Beth. The trail stewardship director at CFPA is still working on finishing the trail off the Joy Road, Town Beach, that loop trail that they started. And They originally planned a work day for April 11th that has been canceled, but hopefully we'll be able to get one in May or June. We'll see. But that's still a work in progress.
Okay.
This virus is kicking everybody on their butt.
Yep.
But we're still up, we're above the ground, so we're still ahead of the curve.
Open discussion. Crystal? Nothing.
Nothing.
Maura? Roby?
Thank you. The National Association of Conservation Districts, they're having a webinar the same day, the 16th, as Jean's that night on pollinator research. So if anyone's interested, I'm going to be listening to that. It's 12 to 1.
Could you send us a link, please? Or an
I
announcement?
can.
Jean, anything else?
No, surprise.
Well, Ruby?
Nothing. Thank you.
Beth?
I'm good.
Jordan?
I just have a question for you, Chris. So we have to, the chat that was privately, do we have to print that out and attach that to this meeting?
I'll find out. That's a good question, and I'll find out.
File it then.
Grace, you have anything to text us?
She already said no.
Okay. Anyone else have anything for the good of the order?
Stay healthy.
Yeah, stay safe.
Anyone have a motion to adjourn?
I moved to adjourn.
Who said that?
Ruby.
Okay, Ruby
Second.
first and Maura second. Okay. Hey, stay healthy, everybody.
Yes, ditto.
You too. Nice to see your faces.
Yeah, good seeing you. Thanks
you
for doing
too
the
for
meeting.
doing this.
Virtual hug.
Yeah, thanks, Jordan. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
In there.
Oops.
Trying to save the minutes for the chat before you
I
slide.
saved it already.
Did you? Oh, thank you.
You can't save it, I don't think.
I tried.
Yeah, but I have to.
How you doing, Mara? Oh,
Okay, I don't know what to do with the recording. I've never done a recording.
send it to me.
Well, I guess I stop it.
Yeah, stop it.